After a long walk, she saw her too. But unlike Nkechi, she met the same old woman struggling by the roadside deep in the forest. "Please, my daughter, help me lift this firewood," the woman begged. Chisholm scoffed and rolled her eyes. "Do I look like your servant? Get out of my way, old woman. With this beauty, you want me to stain my dress?" The old woman said nothing. Just watched her walk away, her heart heavy. By the time Chisholm reached the river of death, the water was still, the mist thicker, and the silence louder. She dipped the pot she took by the river's edge into the water and waited for her gift. But something else rose from the water. Dark, cold hands, long fingers. And a shadow with glowing red eyes. Chisholm screamed. She tried to run away, but it was too late. And the river swallowed her whole. Madam Uju sat outside her hut as the sun began to set. The shadows grew long. The birds had stopped singing. The wind carried a strange stillness. She waited. And waited. But Chisholm did not return. By nightfall, fear gripped her chest like a claw. She lit a lantern and paced the compound, calling out, "Chisholm, my daughter. Come back home, oh. Don't joke with me, oh." But the only response was the whisper of the wind and the faraway hoot of an owl. She ran to the village square, crying out for help. "Please. Someone. My daughter went to the river of death. She has not returned." The villagers gathered, whispering and shaking their heads. Some were too afraid to speak. Others knew what had happened. She must have gone to seek what Nkechi brought back, a woman murmured. But she was warned that river is not for everyone. Madam Uju fell to her knees, wailing, beating her chest. She only wanted what the other girl got. She only wanted the gift. But the old men of the village, the keepers of stories, spoke firmly. "No," one of them said, his voice deep and steady. "The river is not a market. It gives only to the pure of heart. It punishes the greedy. That is why it is feared. That is why it is respected." Madam Uju stared into the night, her tears drying on her cheeks. For the first time, she realized it wasn't the river that took her daughter. It was her own hatred, her own envy, her own cruelty. That night, she returned home and found Nkechi sitting quietly, feeding the talking parrot and weaving a mat with her golden thread. Madam Uju dropped to the ground. "I wronged you, Nkechi. I let my bitterness destroy everything. You were never the slave. You were the blessing this house never deserved." Nkechi looked at her stepmother, her eyes filled with quiet sadness, not triumph, not revenge. "I forgive you," she whispered. The parrot perched beside her, flapping its wings. Kindness lives on. Cruelty ends in silence. Chisholm never returned home, and no one saw her again. Moral lesson of the story. The river of death does not punish without reason, it reveals who we truly are. Goodness is not measured by beauty, wealth, or boldness but by the heart. What you send into the world returns to you. Nkechi's kindness saved her. Chisholm's pride destroyed her. And Madam Uju learned too late that hatred cannot build a home.